Okay, sixth graders, so you are going to be publishing your poetry anthology using Google Drive on the Chromebooks. I'll show you separately how to find where you need to go on your Chromebooks, but you'll just log into your Chromebook with your plsas.org email, username, and password, and then you're going to go to your drive. And it's usually a symbol that looks like this here. If not, you might have to look for actual Google Slides. So I'm going to say new Google Slides. So you don't want to make a doc, you don't want to make a sheet, you're making Google Slides. This used to be called Google Presentation, now it's called Google Slides. So you're going to click that, and then you're going to get a brand new slide. The first thing it's going to ask you is, what do you want your theme to be? This doesn't really matter, you can choose whatever you want, click it, click OK. And then that's going to become your default design. The next thing I want you to do is up here where it says Untitled Presentation. I want you to click on that, and you're going to put in this box, you're going to name it. And you're going to put your first initial and your last name. Now I'm putting my first initial and my last name. You want to put your first initial, your last name, not mine. And then we're going to put a space, and then we're going to call it Poetry Anthology. So again, name your presentation, your first initial, last name, Poetry Anthology, click OK. So now the first slide you have is your title slide. Now if you look on your pink sheet, it tells you in number 3 exactly what you need to do. So it says you need a title. You can title your poetry anthology anything you would like. We're going to be simple, and we're just going to call this Emily's Poetry Anthology. You can mess with the font. Here's some fonts. If you click more, you get quite a bit more fonts. Say I want it lobster. Changes the font. And then it also says you need your name, your hour, and your date. So say I'm hour 6, and then we're going to put as a date June 1st, because that's when this is due. I'm going to make this a little smaller so it all fits on one line, like so. So there is your title slide. Now, each poem will be a new slide. So to get a new slide, right here, you're going to click plus. This is the default layout for the slides. You can change this. So if you go under slide layout, you can change the layout here. I don't think there's going to be a huge need for you to do that, because this is pretty perfect. You put the title of your poem here, maybe it's your 6th grade poem, and then click here, type your poem. Now when you're typing your poem, think about if you want it centered, you can change that right here, left, center, right. Think about if you want it all the way on the left, all the way on the right. Do you want it, is it a pretty short poem? Do you want to make the font big? This is where you just have to type each poem and then decide what you want it to look like. You can change the colors here. The beautiful thing about Google Slides is we are not printing this, so your anthology gets to be in all its colorful glory. You can change all the colors you want because everybody's going to view it in color, which is nice. So then you will just keep adding additional slides, one for each poem. In the end, you should have a title slide and 10 poems. It's going to look similar to this one. This one has a few more done on it. Here's an example. So now, here's my 6th grade poem. 6th grade is rad, the teachers aren't bad, try and not be sad, don't follow the latest fad. Pretty boring rhyme scheme, but example purposes only. The other thing that each of your poems need, you need at least 3 images clip art illustrations that represent or reinforce your poem. So this poem is about 6th grade. So I have a gal with some books, a clock, some lockers. These three pictures, they represent this poem. Now, how did I get the pictures here? Here's another my color poem, and I chose 3 yellow things, my blackout poem. So to get a picture, you just have to go to Insert, and then you have to click Image, and you can go straight to Google and search for an image. So you can click Search and put in ladybug, and a bunch of pictures are going to come up. And if you find one you like, you click Select, and it inserts it. Once it's here, you can then make it smaller, bigger, move it over here. You can do whatever you want with it. So you will need a title slide, your 10 poems. Your poems need a title and 3 pictures. Good luck. These are due June 1st.